Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about things I no longer purchase for my plants. I got this video from my lovely dear friend Becca de la Plants, but I saw her do this video a few weeks, months ago. I have no concept of time these days, but I was like, man, I have things that I no longer buy too. So I was like, hey Becca, think I can copy your video? She's like, you do that, girl. I'm here to talk to you about what I no longer buy. And this is fun because it had me going through my plant drawers, which are actually right behind me, and looking at some of the things that I have on my plants, in my plants, that I've used for my plants. And I was like, wow, I haven't purchased that in a really long time. And it's not necessarily to say that I don't necessarily use these products. I do use most of them still, but I just will never probably have to buy them again unless it's for something very specific, because maybe I've accumulated so much already that I just keep recycling. The first thing on my list is LECA. I think I can confidently say that I will never have to purchase LECA again. LECA is a clay medium that I use for most of my Hoya still are in LECA, and I have an entire bin of the stuff downstairs. LECA's reusable. You could just wash it and reuse it again, so not like soil. LECA's not biodegradable, so throwing it away is not a good thing, but reusing it or gifting it to someone definitely is. So I'll never have to buy a new bag of LECA again because I have so much of it, and I don't expect my plant collection to grow that significantly larger than it is to where I would have to buy more LECA. So I don't think you'll ever see me buying LECA again. Next up on my list are yellow sticky traps. I used to have these things all over my house in all of my bigger plants because it's just so hard to get rid of fungus gnats any other way for certain plants. Like if you have a plant and you know those fungus gnats are coming out of that plant, yellow sticky traps are great because it gets them as soon as they come out, but it's only killing the adult fungus gnats. It's not getting the larva that's in the soil. I no longer buy them because I found something different, and it's called Catchy. And I use Catchy now all the time, and it really works for my plant shelf area. Now, I'm not to say that I'll never purchase yellow sticky traps again. Maybe if I start to put plants in other rooms of the house, or maybe if I get like a Mills bow for my basement. But then I see myself purchasing just another Catchy because it's so convenient. It's so nice to not have to see fungus gnats stuck all over your sticky traps all the time, which is just gross. Like you have people over and then it's like, oh yeah, this is my plant collection, and then accompanying my plant collection are these yellow sticky traps covered with fungus gnats. It's gross. It's just people that are not plant people don't get it. Catchy is where it's at for me right now, and I absolutely love it. The next thing on my list is Perlite, or really any soil additives. I used to put Perlite in my soil just to make it more light and airy. I've never used it for propagating. I usually use sphagnum moss for propagating. That's just my go-to. But Perlite was a big purchase item on my list. Like I would be getting a bag of soil, Perlite, worm castings, orchid bark. I'd be combining all of these things into my soil to make the perfect blend. And now I don't have to do that anymore because I have myself some de la tanks. Okay, this video is not sponsored. I already mentioned Becca twice. She's not sponsoring this video. Oh, I wonder if she would sponsor a video. I'm just kidding. So I purchased de la tanks, and all of that's in there. We got fertilizer, we got a nice chunky mix. I no longer have to purchase Perlite or any other soil additive. Perlite being the biggest one that I would purchase, to be honest. So I mean, I might try propagating in Perlite. I just never had a desire to. I always just I like my sphagnum moss, and that's, I don't know, if something's not broken, don't fix it type thing. Anyway, number 4, and this is gonna come as a shock to some of you, but Terra Cotta. I use Terra Cotta still. I will always use Terra Cotta, but I don't think I'll ever purchase another Terra Cotta pot. I have so many different sizes, different colors of Terra Cotta. I have like maybe 20 saucers. It's a little obsessive. I could probably open a plant shop at this point in my Terra Cotta journey. But I don't think I'll ever have to purchase Terra Cotta. I've actually tossed out some Terra Cotta pots just because they've cracked, or they got left outside and they cracked, or they've just gotten super over patinaed where it's just a little too much. I love me a good patinaed Terra Cotta, but sometimes it becomes a little too much and a little gross. So I just don't see myself purchasing Terra Cotta in the near future, which kind of makes me sad. And the last thing on my list is not something that I purchase per se, but something that comes with a purchase, are takeout containers. I don't save takeout containers for propagations because I use these clear container shoe boxes, which I'm going to talk about in my video next week. They're just so much bigger. You could fit so much more in there. And then I don't have a bunch of takeout. I don't like the look of a bunch of takeout containers on my plant shelves back here. I just like it to be like streamlined, seamless, like one big container. Like that's my prop box. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's all in my head. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm definitely saying maybe you shouldn't throw away your takeout containers because it's not great for the earth. But I just don't find a need to save them. And we don't order out very much. And if we are ordering out, it's probably McDonald's, which is horrible. And McDonald's doesn't come with takeout containers. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I see you guys here that aren't subscribed. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? I'll see you in my next one. Bye.